back to the second instalment of the BRSCC Fiesta Championship. This weekend, for the first time, we're gracing the South Wales countryside at Pembrey circuit. Now, race one is about to get underway, and Sam Watkins, after a disastrous weekend at Silverstone, has managed to claw his way back and put it on pole position. So we're going to hand it straight over to Richard to run you through all of the action.
Thanks very much, Lindsay. So Watkins on pole. David Nye lines up alongside with James Waite and Isaac Smith on row 2. Alistair Kellett and Jamie Going next from Ryan Falconbridge, Jake Dawson. John Cooper and Zachary Lucas wrapping up the top 10. Simon Horrobin is back. Tom Hutchins with him on row 6. Then it's Joel Wright and Tim Bennett, Marco Ricci and Sam Walton completing our entry here. First time, I think, here at Pembrey for the Fiesta Championship. Great little circuit. I'm sure they're going to enjoy it. The weather's good and the lights are out now, and we are racing here in South Wales, and Sam Watkins looking on home tarmac to take the win. It's David Nye to his outside, who's trying to slot into second position as they come down into Hatchets for the first time, but James Waite in red is busy challenging him. Jamie Going in the 46 car around to the outside. It's very tight first corner from the fastest part of the track into the slowest corner, and then through the twists and turns of Debeni out through the club corner they will go. Championship jointly led by Isaac Smith and Ryan Falconbridge on 92 points apiece. Smith qualifying in 4th position, Ryan Falconbridge in 7th, but the race leaders are clear. It's Alistair Kellett now up into 3rd place. There in 21 is Isaac Smith, who took the win in race 2 at Silverstone, on board with Tom Hutchins. A good onboard shot here, the outer reaches of the Pembrey circuit. Lovely place when it's sunny. It's a great place when it's wet, to be fair. The racing's good, and parts of it below sea level, which means that when we've got high tide and a lot of rain, it can get a little bit tricky for the organisers to sort things out. So we look at Joel Wrighton in the yellow 66. Joel qualifying in 13th on the grid, but it's Sam Watkins who is the race leader at the moment, with James Waite in the 17 car in 2nd position. Alistair Kellett getting defensive from Isaac Smith. Good to see the Zetec S running well. David Nye in number 12. Then 46 is Jamie Going, getting stuck in as well. Zachary Lucas was 3rd in the championship coming into this weekend. 50 points for each race win. 46 for 2nd place, additional points for pole position and fastest lap, and plenty of great racing expected this weekend. As we look at a move here, David Nye tries to go around the outside line of Isaac Smith, but Smith has got the inside as they come back towards us here, down towards the old hairpin. Nye being made to work hard in the number 12 car, and Isaac Smith, joint championship leader, could take the championship lead or consolidate the championship lead with this one. Forceful move for him, still in 4th position. Alistair Kellett immediately ahead of him. So Smith will now try and knuckle down. There's Jamie Going looking at David Nye in towards the closing stages now. So through goes the race leader Sam Watkins. James Waite second in the red 17, and now up into 3rd place has gone Isaac Smith, with Alistair Kellett coming under pressure from David Nye. Oh, Nye gets a little nudge there from Jamie Going. Can't see what's happening to going outside of shot, and had a little tag there from Jake Dawson, who goes straight into retirement. I think that was partially because they were all hard on the brakes going down into the hairpin, so we won't apportion blame to anyone there. We'll let the clerk sort that out, but we're looking at Isaac Smith in 3rd place, being chased by Alistair Kellett. Kellett was being challenged by David Nye, both Class D champions. Kellett in 2016, Nye in 2015, when we had the 4 classes, but now the BRSCC, the organisers, have worked out the power of the various cars to just consolidate into one class. There is a historic class as well, or classic class as well, which we're not seeing today, which is available for drivers of the older Class A and B cars if they require to come out and race. But on to the last lap. This is looking very good indeed for Sam Watkins. Is closing up on Marco Ricci, and he's going to have a look down the inside after a disappointing, frustrating Silverstone for the Welshman. He's going to get his points scoring on track, and it's going to be very good news for him because, of course, there are drop scores, so he can disregard the Silverstone round, as long as he finishes all the other races. They're at Cadwell Park next time out. That's on the 12th of May. He pops down on the inside. That was real good, respectful racing from Marco Ricci. So Sam Watkins looking pretty good for the win here at the moment. He's got the fastest lap as well. That was set back on lap 4 of the race, and he's clear by some 3.5 seconds over James Waite, who by my reckoning will go into second position in the championship, 126 points after this one. But Sam Watkins will start to get himself properly on the board, and of course we'll be looking for a double. This is a treble header this weekend as well. Triple header at Cadwell Park next time out as well. The checkered flag is being readied for the red machine of Sam Watkins, who takes the win. You can see Marco Ricci following him across the line, and it's going to be second position to James Waite. Third position goes to Isaac Smith in the 21 car. Alistair Kellett is in fourth, just ahead of David Nye. You saw in black and green there, who completes the top 5. Sixth position to Tom Hutchins. Jamie going next for Ryan Falconbridge and Joel Wrighton. Simon Horrobin rounds out the top 10. Then it was Tim Bennett, Marco Ricci and Sam Walton. Fastest lap, Sam Watkins.
Well, a huge congratulations. You started pole, finished pole. Got to be happy.
Yeah, really happy. It was really fun. It's very hot, but it was still enjoyable.
How was the track out there for you, given the heat?
Well, it started off really nice, and just as you get on and on and on and on, it just sort of gets harder and harder. It just made it worse and worse. Yeah, it's good though.
James, you've managed to jump up a place. You started third, but you've come second.
Yeah, no, it was an amazing race. Qualifying was pretty good. I started third, so I'm happy with that. But, you know, Sam had so much pace, it was hard to catch him, but there's nothing I could do towards the end.
Isaac, so you did phenomenal considering you didn't even come for Friday practice.
Yeah, well, we qualified P4, only about 100th off of James. Really, really close all weekend. And we came through. We had a bit of a battle with David and Kellett. It was a good race.
Race 2 is about to get underway here at Pembrey, and as you can see, the sun is still shining, but that does mean the heat is still rising. So Sam Watkins has put it back on pole position for this race, and he needs to claw back as many points as possible after a disastrous weekend at Silverstone. But that does also mean with the heat, he needs to be a little bit more careful on fuel, a little bit more careful on tyres. It's going to be an interesting one. So Richard, we're going to hand it straight over to you.
Thanks again. Sam Watkins, of course, starting on the front by virtue of the win in race number 1 from James Waite. Isaac Smith and Alistair Kellett next up from David Nye and Tom Hutchins. Jamie Going and Ryan Falconbridge next from Joel Wrighton and Simon Horrobin. Tim Bennett and Marco Ricci next. Race 7, Sam Walton and Jake Dawson. Then Zach Lucas and John Cooper completing the grid for race 2. As you heard from Lindsay, great conditions here. So it's an all red front row. Get the 5-second board as we watch initially from Hatchett's hairpin. Now on the pit wall, they're all underway. Watkins looking to bag a double and break the 100 points barrier, which is going to be important for him. He gets a good start. Into second place goes James Waite. Then it's Isaac Smith in third, but being challenged by Alistair Kellett round the outside line. Kellett not afraid to challenge. Horrobin in orange is in the mix as well. Zachary Lucas on the inside line looking to make some progress through as well. Was third in the championship, Zach Lucas, but that DNF in race number 1, meaning 2 things. One, that he's dropped points. Secondly, he has to start from the back, but he's got 2 bites of the cherry left, this one and race number 3, in order to claw some points back. Joel Wrighton busy chasing 46, Jamie Going, the Jam Sport team boss, and his team boss, of course. And then the 54 car we saw getting into problems late in race number 1. That's Jake Dawson trying to work his way up from 14th on the grid and score a few points. By my maths, it's Smith that leads the championship now on 134. James Waite on 126. Ryan Falconbridge on 122. Then Alistair Kellett on 106 as we look at the 54 car putting a challenge in on Joel Wrighton on the far side of the track now, but the race leaders ticking off another lap as Ryan Falconbridge goes all over the grass, loses a shed load of places sadly, but comes back on track in the number 13 car, the Mansfield man. A brace of second positions at Silverstone in the opening round of the year, but he's, I think, maybe the unfamiliarity of this track perhaps adding to things for him. It was a crowded field coming out of the final corner, the Honda curve, but still out front. Sam Watkins looking good value here, up ahead of James Waite, with Isaac Smith looking very consistent after that podium in race number 1. Alistair Kellett up ahead of Simon Horrobin, who's going to try and pop the ST down the inside line of the Zetec S. Then we've got David Nye in the green and black car, who's going to see the gap as well. Nye, of course, veteran driver, multi-champion in Fiestas, raced in SAT Cup and British Touring Car Championship, as we've mentioned before. Tom Hutchins in the red 29 just behind them as well. Was joint 5th in the standings coming to Pembrey. I'm sure, based on the success of race number 1, the drivers will be happy to come back again, as Nye has a little bit of a Mr. Whippy coming out of Honda corner, but it's still Sam Watkins, the leader, from James Waite and Isaac Smith, as indeed they were off the line. But look at this, 4 cars involved in the battle for 4th position, with Simon Horrobin holding on to it at the moment. Horrobin's made some good progress through the field in the early stages of this race, the Specialised Motorsport team boss. Horrobin, who's prepared some very quick cars in this championship over the years, including Sam Priest, who was champion back in 2016 in the STs. So as we approach the halfway distance in this race, Watkins out front, we're watching David Nye. A little bit of track on his own with Tom Hutchins in behind, and more for you after the break. Welcome back to Pembrey. Coming towards us is Joel Wrighton. He's running in 14th place and being hounded at the moment by the pair battling over 2nd place. Isaac Smith ahead of James Waite. 1st and 2nd in the championship by my maths after round 3, our first race here in South Wales. So Wrighton does some good driving, allows them through, and in the distance we've got the red number 7 of Welshman Sam Watkins, who's heading for a double this weekend, getting his point scoring underway. I think he might have picked up a solitary point for pole position at Silverstone, if memory serves correctly, as he was on pole there, to add to the point that he got for pole position today. So with the double win, he'll be up to 100 or so points. But Isaac Smith there in shot has, by my maths, I have to stress, 134 points at the moment, with James Waite on 126, Ryan Falconbridge on 122, Alistair Kellett 106, Tom Hutchins 102. But the likes of David Nye, Simon Horrobin and company will all be closing down on them very, very shortly indeed. So this is the battle for 2nd, and there is the championship leader. P2 here after P3 in race number 1 would not be a bad result for him. Goes through Honda corner and onto the last lap. There is the leader. So Sam Watkins, I'm guessing, having some local knowledge of Pembrey from days of old. He's still a youngster, making him sound like he's a veteran racer, but he's still a young racing driver, as you saw from the podium interview. The man from Swansea had that retirement at Silverstone in round 1, didn't come out to play in round 2, so that's effectively his drop scores. But Sam driving superbly here once again in what is race 8 of our meeting here, and round 4 of the championship. Isaac Smith has the fastest lap though in this one, so we'll bag the additional points for that. Isaac on for 48 points in this race. That was on lap 4. We're not seeing the times improving at the moment. Watkins on his last lap going through the old hairpin, heading down Speedway straight towards Honda corner, which is the last turn. You can see the chasers coming through as well, round about 4 or 5 seconds behind at the moment, 2nd and 3rd. Sam Watkins, here we come into Honda corner, nice and clear. He can buzz the pit wall if he wants to, and he will take the checkered flag. So it's 2 out of 2 here at Pembrey for Sam Watkins. Isaac Smith is still in 2nd. The white and blue car, number 21, will maintain the championship lead ahead of James Waite, who finishes in 3rd. Watch for the orange car of Simon Horrobin in 4th. Horrobin indeed did finish 4th from Jamie Going. Tom Hutchins next from Alistair Kellett and Jake Dawson. Ryan Falconbridge 9th from Zach Lucas, John Cooper and David Nye. Tim Bennett 13th, ahead of Joel Wrighton. Then Sam Walton and Marco Ricci. Fastest lap to Isaac Smith.
That looked like a really tough drive out there, especially for the first 10 laps.
Yeah, it was a lot closer. It's a bit of different temperatures and that, but yeah, it, sort of as those two fought together, I was able to just pull away towards the end.
So is your brother's car still holding strong?
Yeah, it's good. It's amazing he let me use it, and it's still going well.
Well, you've stepped it up from yesterday. You're now in second position. You've got to be happy.
Yeah, extremely happy. Race car consultant set up the car perfectly. It's just bang on. Next time we can hopefully go for Sam, and we'll see what happens.
So what's your opinion on the reverse grid this afternoon?
Well, it should be okay. I'm quite good at getting through the pack, so should hopefully get back to the front again. Maybe step on the podium again.
There was some fierce battling involved in there.
Yeah, no, I got a pretty good start. I got on the inside on the first corner, which is pretty good. I managed to pull away from Isaac, and I was catching Sam for a little bit, but you know, Sam had the ultimate pace at the end of the day. I had a bit of trouble with the back markers. Isaac managed to catch up a bit, but at the end of the day, I didn't have the pace to get second.
Third and final race is about to get underway here for the BRSCC Fiesta Championship at Pembrey Circuit, and the weather is still extremely hot. Now, Sam Watkins has managed to make it 2 out of 2 on the top step, but there is a bit of a challenge coming into this last race with the reverse grid. He's actually starting in 6th position, so I'm going to ask Sam, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a race, but it's going to make it a lot harder to get anywhere near the top now, being down in 6th.
Brilliant, well we wish you the best of luck with that, Sam, and we're going to hand it straight over to Richard to run you through all of the action.
Tom Hutchins on pole, Jamie going alongside Simon Horrobin and James Waite on row 2, followed by Isaac Smith and Sam Watkins. Then it's Alistair Kellett row 4 with Jake Dawson, Ryan Falconbridge and Zach Lucas row 5, John Cooper and David Nye next up from Tim Bennett and Joel Wrighton, Sam Walton and Marco Ricci completing the grid. I wonder if we're going to see a different winner? Well, we will, because Sam Watkins not on the grid, which is a shame, so we're not going to see a hat-trick, but we will see a different winner. The lights are on for the final time here at Pembrey. It's been a glorious weekend. You can see the heat haze and a good start from pole position by Tom Hutchins in red. They've all made it away well indeed. Jamie Going looks to the outside line in the white 46 car. Simon Horrobin in orange trying to squeeze through and consolidate 3rd place. Isaac Smith already, he's there in 5th. Alistair Kellett in the mix as well as they go out of Spitfires now through into Debeni. Isaac Smith with the rear-facing camera up ahead of Simon Horrobin, so Smith has made progress again. The championship leader, you see Ryan Falconbridge up with these guys as well. Past Jamie Going goes Isaac Smith into 3rd place now. So, and he gets turned round but collects it up well, very nearly lost it. Jamie Going gets up into 3rd position and Isaac Smith recovers from it, and he's still in 4th place up ahead of Ryan Falconbridge. And who knows, that could be a key moment in the championship later in the year, that recovery. Zach Lucas in the 23 car behind this group. He's diving down on the inside line of Jake Dawson. David Nye in the mix as well. And it's really the positions that weren't reversed in the grid that will get involved in a bit of a bun fight there. Simon Horrobin being passed by Jake Dawson. Horrobin much further down than we're used to seeing, but will no doubt fight back as the race leaders go across the line. Ticking off the first of what should be 16 laps here, 20 minutes race time. James Waite 2nd at the moment, Isaac Smith in 3rd. Those two still fighting over the championship. And Tom Hutchins, the pole position man, in 29, holding up pretty well at the moment. So let's see what the 17 car can do. The red arrows at the front at the moment. Isaac Smith has a look on the inside line now and gets up through on the inside line of James Waite. Crucial for the championship, crucial for the race as well. And he's going to have to try and deal with Tom Hutchins out front now, but you can see the 17 car James Waite's having a good old nibble to try and get the position back. Cracking battle on here between the top two. Let's just watch Isaac Smith, graduate of the Fiesta Junior Championship, looks at the inside line as he got the momentum to go through as they come through along Speedway straight in towards Honda. There's half a gap there and he points the car down the inside line, grabs the apex, grabs the lead at the same time. Isaac Smith, 3rd in the first race, 2nd in race 2. Is he going to complete the sequence and grab a win here? Hutchins is down to 2nd. James Waite all over the back of him at the moment. Then Jamie Going and Ryan Falconbridge. Going has got his nose into third place, but is being made to work hard round the outside of Hatchett's. They're all making it through. As I said, it is a tricky old corner, that one, because you're going flat from the fastest to the slowest point on track. Isaac Smith, 11 seconds clear onto the last lap. Jamie Going is in second place. Then we've got, it looked like Ryan Falconbridge, but we've got Zach Lucas in third position, who was eclipsed for a moment. We couldn't see him, but he's there as well. Simon Horrobin coming under pressure now from the 17 car of James Waite, who's going to lose a little bit of ground in the championship here to Isaac Smith. Also involved in the mix there, Jake Dawson, as James Waite tries to stay ahead here of Simon Horrobin, who's desperately now looking at the outside line for the next corner. A little bit of rubbing between those two cars. Some frantic racing going on. It's close up front, apart from Isaac Smith, who's got the fastest lap again on lap 4. And he's away with this one as we watch Waite, Horrobin and Dawson all dicing over 5th position. And you'll see the cars in the group ahead, headed by Jamie Going from Zach Lucas and Ryan Falconbridge. But here is Isaac Smith, who will complete a hat-trick of podia and complete the set. If he was playing podium bingo, he's had a third, he's had a second, and now with the checkered flag at the ready, has a win as well. So it is Isaac Smith, the championship leader, who takes the win. We have a little bit of a wait before we see Jamie Going, who will take second place. Jamie Going notching up his best finish of the year. Zach Lucas in third. Ryan Falconbridge takes 4th position. Those three very close indeed. James Waite did get the better of Simon Horrobin to secure 5th. So Waite 5th, Horrobin 6th, Jake Dawson in 7th from David Nye and Alistair Kellett. Tim Bennett, Marco Ricci and Sam Walton complete the finishers. Non-finishes John Cooper and Tom Hutchins. Fastest lap to Isaac Smith once again.
You've had a blinder of a weekend.
Yeah, it's been great. 3-2-1. Race car consultant set the car up perfectly all weekend, and we came here really on the back foot. They'd had 6 sessions on Friday. Came in, first session was out, I think it was 5th, and then qualified 4th, and we've just been going up since.
Jamie, you had to keep everyone true in that there.
Yeah, with the reverse grid, it obviously put me in P2, so I knew from the start I needed to try my best to get past Tom. Didn't quite go to plan, but we got through in the end. Isaac just come from nowhere and drove an amazing race at the start, but unfortunately he managed to get through the pack, and that sort of left me held up a little bit to get through with him, and he maintained a big enough gap to be able to sustain that. So yeah, it was good. It was a good tussle. There was a bit of contact, a bit of rubbing. Everybody was happy, everybody enjoyed it, but yeah, no, it was amazing. But yeah, it was really good. I struggled a little bit last round with my car, but we've done some changes and it feels really good, and I'm a lot more comfortable with it now. So yeah, no, it's good. Looking forward to the next one.
That was a brilliant race for you. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. I started in 10th, managed to work my way up the grid slowly, bit by bit, and got there in the end. Got the podium, which was the main thing. It's happy to end the weekend on a high, so yeah, no, it's brilliant.